This is the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Chicago Bruisers battle the unbeaten and league-leading Pittsburgh Gladiators. Hi, everybody. This is Bob Rathman along with Lee Corso as we get set for this week's arena football game. And after 2 weeks of play, Lee, there's one unbeaten team, and that's Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh looks like they might have the best all-around athletes in this league. Also, they've been very fortunate. They haven't had a lot of injuries that hurt them this so far.
But the injury bug has bitten. Quarterback Mike Hohensee went down last week, but Brendan Fulmer came off the bench and did a whale of a job.
Fulmer came off the bench, and he had 18 for 24 for 3 touchdown passes. And also impressive was the fact he did not throw a single interception, and that really speaks well of him.
Chicago is 0-2, and the Bruisers are just that. They're bruised and banged up. They've got 5 new players for this game.
Now, they brought in some new defensive backs. Number 20, McDade, number 21, Rockmore, and number 26, Hart. All can play in the secondary. All have played pro football. They might help them stop that long touchdown pass.
Chicago head coach Roy Yock is one of the most innovative coaches in football, and he's got a few things up his sleeve for this game.
Oh, last week he put a play in where the ball was snapped to his hold. He sent Mickemeyer in motion, his kicker. He drop-kicked it into the net. His team went down, caught it for a touchdown. Everybody said, what a coach.
So coming up, it's Chicago and Pittsburgh from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. ESPN's coverage of arena football is brought to you by Hardee's. We're out to win you over. By USA Wet, the sports drink with less sodium and more potassium. It's hard-working refreshment. By United Airlines, you're not just flying, you're flying the friendly skies. And by Budweiser, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. Coming up, the opening kickoff in arena football. Chicago beats Pittsburgh next.
Where do car buyers from Oakland, Squirrel Hill, Forest Hills, and Penn Hills go for their Subarus? To Bianchi Subaru in Monroeville. For people in McKeesport, North Huntington, Jeanette, and Greensburg. Once again, it's Bianchi Subaru in Monroeville, where you can select from over 100 new Subarus. For new and used car savings and award-winning service, it's only a short drive to Bianchi Subaru, Route 286, Monroeville.
What sharpens knives, saws, and skis? What removes paint and varnish more quickly and easily than ever before possible? It's the revolutionary new Finish Off ceramic paint scraper and sharpener. Finish Off's patented 8-sided ceramic blade prepares surfaces for refinishing in just one simple step. Throw away the sandpaper, chemicals, goggles, and masks. Do in just hours what used to take days. To order your amazing Finish Off, send $9.95 plus $2.50 for postage and handling to Smith Mark Company, Box 526, Latrobe, PA. Visa and MasterCard. Call toll-free 1-800-453-1214.
In this reconstituted, freeze-dried, pre-mixed world of ours, it's hard to find a breakfast that's totally made from scratch.
Syrup on that?
Well, at Hardee's, our biscuits are made just that way, with no shortcuts like some other guys use. But then that's probably why they taste so good, and why at Hardee's we can truly say we're out to win you over.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Ray Yock several years ago came close to being named the Bears head coach by then general manager Jim Finks. He's the head coach of Chicago. And Pittsburgh native Joe Herring leads the Gladiators into battle. And Pittsburgh will be kicking off to Chicago. The kickoff man is number 22, Lee Larson. And keep in mind that on the kicks, any kick that is off the nets is a live ball and may be recovered and advanced by either team. The deep man, as Larson prepares to kick things off here in Pittsburgh, for Chicago, back deep, is number 40, Terry Hinn. He's in his own end zone. And we're ready. Pittsburgh is 2-0, Chicago 0-2. And we're ready for the start of the game at the Civic Arena here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Larson kicked collegiately at the University of Hawaii. And his end-over-ender. Hinn makes the catch, but is beyond the back line. That's a touchback. And Chicago will have it 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line.
1st and 10.
Here are the Chicago two-way starters in this game. The fullback, Eddie Phillips, and the receivers, Finch and Rogers. Lewis in at a tight end. He is eligible. Johnson and McCurry, the other down lineman. The quarterback of the Chicago Bruisers, former South Carolina Gamecock, Mike Holt. And a quick pass to the near side. And it is complete. And Chicago picks up 4 yards as Finch makes the grab. The Pittsburgh Gladiators defensively will line up this way. And their two-way starters up front, Adams, Dimitrenko, and Walls. In the secondary, Hairston, McLennan, and Stoops. Craig Federico is the linebacker. Chicago has its second down and 5 yards to go, and Hold is throwing. The pass deflected and incomplete. The defensive specialist for the Pittsburgh Gladiators is Rock Richmond, who played at the University of Oregon. He is the defensive specialist that substitutes for the quarterback. Third down and 5 yards to go for Chicago. Mike Hold, the quarterback. He is 4th in arena football in passing, but just 41%. In trouble. And it's going to set up 4th down and long. I believe the Chicago club has had a lot of difficulty converting third downs.
Oh, yeah, they set an all-time record for being so bad. 13%. They've only hit 3 for 22. Now it's 3 for 23. They've got to do better than that, or they'll never get the ball and keep the ball against this good football team in Pittsburgh.
Nick Mickemeyer has come into the game, number 92, to try a field goal. This attempt will come from his own 2-yard line, so this will be a 56-yard attempt. Mickemeyer's kick will fall short, and Ricky Mitchell returns out of his own end zone. 10, 15. And Chicago will have it first down at 10 on a great return by Ricky Mitchell, who played at Northern Illinois, and a young man you know very well.
He played for me at Northern Illinois. One of the most impressive things about Mitchell, he's such a great competitor.
The quarterback of the Pittsburgh Gladiators making his first start is Brendan Fulmer, who played at California University in Pennsylvania. He's 23 years old, and the last time he started the game, he was quarterback in California against Edinburgh in the season finale last year. He moves in to start today for the injured Mike Hohensee for the Gladiators. 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 20. And that will be an incomplete pass. The referee indicating that Fulmer's arm was going forward, and that's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10.
What's happening right now, the quarterbacks have not rubbed the ball down. This ball is slippery. Hull did the same thing right now that number 7 Fulmer does. The ball is too slippery. They've got to rub it down on the AstroTurf and get some of that shine off of it.
2nd down and 10, Pittsburgh from their own 20-yard line. The man in motion is McLennan. Incomplete, or is it? Oh, they say first down. Boy, it looked like he juggled that ball, taking it out of bounds, Russell Hairston, but the leading receiver in arena football is credited with the catch. Ray Yock on the Chicago sideline is irate at that call.
Now remember, the rule is you only have to keep 1 foot in. Now remember, though, he must have possession of the ball. Now you watch Russell Hairston drive him deep, number 23 Hairston. Now we can't see exactly where his feet are, but right now he's juggling the ball. That was a lousy call. Not a bad call, a lousy call.
Pittsburgh is the benefactor. They have it 1st and 10 from the Chicago 18. Penalty flags fly. And an incomplete pass intended for Craig Federico. There is no score. We've played 3 minutes in the first quarter, and our first flag of the day. And the referee, Jack Baker, talking to the Chicago defensive captain, Brent Johnson.
He'll call illegal procedure. 2 men were moving at the same time, and they're not playing in Canada. You can do that in Canada, but not in Pittsburgh.
There's a lot of things you can do in Canada you can't do in Pittsburgh.
I got illegal motion on the offense. Penalty is declined. 2nd down.
The Bruisers take the play.
Second down.
And now Brendan Fulmer has 1 for 3 in the game.
Will, check my telestrator, would you please?
10:55 to play. And the throw gets the football down to the 13. Russell Hairston makes the catch, and Hairston's been quite a story here in the first 2 weeks of arena football. You see what he did last week. He leads the league in receiving and in scoring. He has already caught 7 touchdown passes in 2 weeks. Those numbers against Chicago last Friday at the Rosemont Horizon. Pittsburgh with it, 3rd and 5. McClellan in motion. Incomplete, and nearly into the hands of lineman Willis Yates. Scott Dimitrenko, rather, and that's an incomplete pass, making it 4th down. And Joe Herring will put his kicker into the game, number 22, Lee Larson, to try a field goal attempt. The attempt will come from the Chicago 21-yard line, so this will be a 29-yard field goal attempt.
29-yard attempt.
Larson has been perfect from this distance in '87. Fulmer is the holder. Now they're going to fake it. Fulmer throws. Incomplete. Mike Stoops, the intended receiver. And Chicago takes over on downs.
Now this is the same formation that Ray Yacht used. Now there's the holder, number 7, Fulmer. He can fake it, he comes down, and he can either run the option or throw the ball. He this time throws it deep to his receiver, but Richard Rogers, number 80, makes a good defensive play, and lucky he was ready to go. Now you look here, and you see that here's a quarterback right there. He gets the snap and either runs or throws it. He throws the ball. Watch this man come down there, and you'll see it. Rogers makes a great play right there. Nice play, Rogers, number 80.
So Chicago takes over. Still no score with 9:25 to go in the opening quarter, and Mike Hold at quarterback, looking to throw under pressure. Throws it deep. Intercepted. Pittsburgh picks it off. Russell Hairston making the interception.
Russell Hairston is also 6'3", 205 pounds. Now you watch Hold get around and scramble. He throws it high, but he out-jumps him. This Harrison is quite an athlete. Watch number 23 reach up and get it its highest point. Great play by a fine all-around football player, Russell Hairston, 6'3", 206 from Kentucky.
And now Hairston comes out as a wide receiver, and he is a threat offensively with 7 touchdown receptions. Fulmer goes his way, and it's complete. A penalty flag as Hairston brings it out to the 10-yard line. Hart and Phillips combining on the tackle, but a penalty flag was thrown. The referee, Jack Baker, to walk off the penalty, and it's going to go against the Chicago Bruisers. A 3-yard penalty moves the ball out to the 14.
We've got it grabbing the face mask on the defense. First down.
Now you watch number 23 Harrison as he catches the football. They'll come up to make a tackle. Now grab the face mask. Number 26 Hart grabs a face mask. Now that was not an intentional face mask. If it would have been an intentional face mask, it would have been a 10-yard penalty. That was an inadvertent face mask call.
It is a first down for Pittsburgh. John McClellan is the man in motion. Complete at the 22. And a great catch by Mike Stoops on the far side. Mike Stoops out of Iowa, continuing a tradition at Iowa. His older brother Bobby was a safety man with the Hawkeyes. Then Mike took over. Both were all Big Ten. And now he's got a younger brother, Mark, who's a strong safety man in Iowa.
From the 21.
Second down for Pittsburgh from their own 21-yard line. incomplete, and just off the fingertips of Russell Hairston. Even though they misconnectedly, that was a pretty good route by Hairston and a good throw by Fulmer.
The impressive thing to me was that Rockmore stayed with Hairston that time. Number 21. You'll watch Rockmore, number 21, who's a new addition to this ball club, stayed with Hairston, number 23, in the top of your picture. Hairston will come down, make a fake to the right, and break to the left on a post route. But watch the good jump by Rockmore from Texas A&I. Good defensive play.
You felt before the game that Chicago had shored up its secondary.
Absolutely.
Third down. Completed pass, and stretching out is John McClellan. The officials will mark the football at the 24-yard line. It looks from here to be enough for a first down, and now we get the indication that it is.
On this replay, you'll watch Rogers, number 80. He's all over the field. He comes up. He's got McClellan one-on-one. He makes a good play. Now, remember, last week, Chicago got scored on 5 straight times by this Pittsburgh ball club. So they improved already tremendously.
It's a different story here in the first quarter. You see the yards, but those yards have not translated into points. Still nothing with 6:20 to go in the first period. Fulmer deep, wide open. Touchdown. Mike Stoops. Mike Stoops with his second touchdown reception.
Watch Mike Stoops, number 30, get behind Rogers, number 80, and make a good catch right there and get 1 foot in. That's all he had to do, is get 1 foot in. The official was right on the play. A little controversial. Looked like he was about 1 foot in, but he called it. Now look at this. This is something secret now. He can snap the ball or they'll move over. Now they move over.
And Lee Larson to attempt the point after touchdown. Blocked by Darryl Hart, one of the newcomers for Chicago, and that keeps it a 6-0 game. 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pittsburgh has drawn first blood.
We are gathered here today.
You'd expect this Panasonic OmniMovie camcorder to shoot in daylight.
If anyone believes this couple should not be married, let him speak now.
You might expect this Panasonic camcorder to shoot in room light.
Let him speak now.
But what you don't expect is that it can shoot by the light of one candle, and it's VHS.
Let him speak now.
Camcorders that do the unexpected make Panasonic just slightly ahead of our time.
This bud's for all that you do.
Today, a landscaper. Tomorrow, a college student. Yep. I finally took your advice, Mike.
You taught him.
Already you're smart.
All you knew. They say he's a lot like you. Yeah, you make America work, and this bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
To a future architect. And to a brother who made it possible.
This bud's for you.
The Pittsburgh Gladiators have taken a 6-0 lead on a 26-yard touchdown pass, and we're going to show you that touchdown play in just a moment. But we're set for the Pittsburgh kickoff, and Lee Larson is set to boot it away for the Gladiators. And the deep man is Mike Hinn. Hinn will take it, or no, he'll elect it. Let it go out of bounds. That's a touchback as it crossed the goal line and went out of the end zone. So Chicago has it first down and 10. Lee, let's take another look at that touchdown pass play from Brendan Fulmer to Mike Stoops.
Okay, it features number 30 right there, Stoops, and number 80, Rogers. Now watch, Stoops will come out here, break that way, make him jump, and takes it up on the sideline. He hit that 2 in a row. Now he hits that one for a touchdown. Let's take a look at it. Now watch Stoops go down, breaks to the outside, and goes up for a touchdown right there.
We're back live, and Mike Holt is going for the bundle, and it's a completion, and Chicago has it first and goal to Pittsburgh 2. Richard Rogers made the grab in some traffic. Now the indication, you see the official there saying touchdown. One linesman had marked the ball at the 2. Now they give Rogers the score, and the game is tied. A 45-yard touchdown pass play ties the game at 6, and Nick Mickemeyer comes in to try the kick. Ray Yark's Charges of Chicago have come back to tie the game with lightning-like quickness. 5:45 to go in the quarter, and Mickemeyer's kick is good. There's a timeout on the field. Chicago has taken the lead, 7-6 over Pittsburgh.
I need a vacation like nobody's business. I need a vacation. Just give me those friendly skies.
This summer, you need the airline with low fares to all 50 states. The biggest bargain airline, United.
I need a vacation, and I'm not just flying. I'm flying a vacation in the friendly skies.
Mike Holt, the quarterback for Chicago, with a 45-yard touchdown pass to Richard Rodgers, putting Chicago in front after the Mickemeyer kick, 7-6, and 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. Holt coming right back, Lee, after the interception to throw a touchdown pass.
The beautiful part about it, we just isolated on Rodgers getting beat for a touchdown. The next play, he comes back and scores one. So he's leading 7-6 now. He gave up 6, but he got 7.
You have to do a plus-minus ratio on these players in arena football. Mickemeyer to kick it off. Off the bar, that's a live ball. And the Gladiators attempt to fall on it. McClellan, number 31, they'll mark the ball out of bounds at the 8. And that's where Chicago will take over, Pittsburgh will take over offensively. First down and 10 from their own 13.
Remember last week we talked about those players being coached. They're learning. Anytime the ball goes near that end zone, the coaches now have got the players batting it out of bounds. Good play right there by number 31, McClellan.
Brendan Fulmer is in at quarterback at his day to date. Long pass, and too long, and a penalty flag goes down. The deep man, Russell Hairston, was double covered back there, and a penalty flag went down. Jack Baker to make the announcement of the penalty, and the flag was, one flag was thrown back at the Chicago 10-yard line. But this penalty being marked off from the spot.
Holding on the defense, number 25, first down.
It'll be 1st and 7 for Pittsburgh.
3-yard penalty against Chicago.
Might Pittsburgh be looking to work on Richard Rodgers? We'll see. McClellan to the 20. Darrell Hart applying the hit. Terry Hinn from Colorado State in on the play. He's a tough, hard-nosed competitor.
5'10", 178 pounds. And last week, he was a very fine player, both offensively and defensively for the Chicago team.
Brendan Fulmer had to buy a lot of tickets to accommodate his family and friends. He spent over half his salary on complimentary tickets. Spent about $250 to take care of everybody here in Pittsburgh tonight. And he's taken care of at the line of scrimmage by Chicago, back to the 18. 82, Osei Lewis and Brent Johnson, number 65, led the defensive charge. That'll make it 3rd down.
You know, you can't even compare the Chicago effort so far. They made those 5 changes. They've changed their whole mental attitude, and they've been playing very, very well, particularly on defense against the long pass.
4:10 to go. First quarter. Chicago leading at 7-6. Volmar looking. Incomplete, ridden into the boards. On the far side is Russell Hairston, and there to take him out of bounds was Durwood Rockmore. We have not yet mentioned, Lee, or we should hear, about the boards. It is so tight from the sideline and those protective barriers.
Oh, wait, it's like a hockey player, but they're getting used to it. Harrison goes against the sideline right there and gets driven into the boards. Very good by Rockmore. But the players are learning how to play the board. I think that's impressive to me also. Harrison's a good athlete, but he's got to be careful of those boards. Watch this special kind of formation. Look at it now.
The Gladiators now line up, and Lee Larson will attempt a 46-yard field goal attempt. Returned by Terry Hinn. Cuts back. And a great return inside the 20 down to the Pittsburgh 17. One of the better returns we've seen.
I'll tell you, 95, Greg Best from Kansas State made a great play. Number 95 there. He came from the outside and made a terrific play. He's a tremendous special teams player, and they can thank him for keeping it being 14-6.
There's a timeout on the field. 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first quarter. Chicago leads by a point.
If you made hamburger patties the way most places make hamburger patties, you'd discover your thick, meaty burgers were suddenly dry, flat, and lifeless. So at Hardee's, we developed a way to make our quarter-pound patties gently, to cook up thicker, full of natural juices. It's a complicated machine, but we can give you an idea of the principle we based it on. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
3 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the opening quarter here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. The Chicago Bruisers beaten by this Pittsburgh team 60-23 last Friday night, leading 7-6 in the first period here.
This will happen a lot. There's Ray Yock, fine football coach. And remember I mentioned in last week's show on television that he was home watching the game, and as competitive as he is, he's got his guys ready to play.
And he's done it by weaving in 5 new players. And his opposite number, Joe Herring, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Gladiators, born and raised in Pittsburgh. He's been coaching in the professional ranks since '78 in Canada, in the NFL, and in the USFL. Mike Holt coming up. He's 2 for 4 in the air for 51 yards. And looking to throw. Sacked. Hold taken down at the 25-yard line and leading the way.
As you're right, you see, these 2 men here have got these 2 men man for man. They try to cross, but these 2 guys play them real well, and the quarterback is sacked by Federico right there. Watch it. And 17. Now keep your eye on number 45 in the middle also. That's Federico. The 2 backs in the backfield play it nice. Federico comes down, breaks down, makes a good tackle on hold. The defensive backs cause that play.
Loss of 7. Hold scrambling again. Gets rid of it. But they're going to call him down back at the 14-yard line. The 3rd sack for Pittsburgh in 68. Willis Yates out of Tennessee, Chattanooga, was the man on the spot. So Chicago really backed up. 3rd down and 28 yards to go.
Remember, 13% is all they do. They've got to do better than that to win this game.
Stand up to the outside, and a gain of just a couple of yards by Steve Finch. Now it is 4th down, and Nick Mickemeyer coming off the Chicago bench, number 92 coming into your picture, and he'll try to kick a field goal. He had a couple of words with Ray Yock before he left the bench, so maybe Ray's got something up his sleeve here.
You never know, because look, they've got everything to gain and nothing to lose in this ball game. Everybody's picked Pittsburgh to bomb them. They're playing loosey-goosey and playing very well.
This will be a 50-yard field goal attempt from the Chicago 8-yard line. Out of bounds beyond the end line and a touchback. Mickemeyer with good leg, but Ricky Mitchell just unable to hang on to it there, and Chicago now will go on defense as they lead Pittsburgh by a point.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Bob Rathman and Lee Corso back in Pittsburgh. 1:08 to play in the opening period. Chicago leading 7-6 as the Bruisers try to pick up their first victory. Brendan Fulmer, the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Gladiators. It's interesting to note that with Mike Hohensee going down, Brendan Fulmer moving into the starting lineup, the ball club signing as a backup quarterback Kevin Russell, who played in front of Fulmer his final 2 years at California, Pennsylvania. So 2 Vulcan quarterbacks on this Gladiator team, and Russell is the man on the bench.
And I tell you what, he's hoping to get in there, but if Fulmer continues to improve as he has, he hit 75% of his passes last game. He threw 24 passes, I said at the beginning of the show, without a single interception, and that really speaks well of him.
Joe Herring was scrambling for a quarterback because of the short week, and there's Kevin Russell on the bench. He was working in the sales department for KQV Radio, the station that does the Pittsburgh Gladiator games. They took him off the streets and put him into uniform, and he's here in Pittsburgh. 7-6, Bruisers lead. And Fulmer, long, complete, and a touchdown. What a tremendous grab by Russell Hairston.
Russell Hairston has got to be he's got to be the best all-around athlete in this league. Now watch, 21 Rockmore, the new guy from Texas A&I, will try to cover, but Hairston runs right by him, and then he's got great concentration. The reason he catches that ball is he watched his eyes. He never took his eyes off that football. I tell you what, I'll promise you that he'll be in a National Football League camp in about 5 or 6 weeks. He's a good-looking football player.
That he is. That's the 8th touchdown reception for Hairston, and the 2nd today for Brendan Fulmer, the quarterback. Lee Larson in to kick as Pittsburgh's taking the lead. Now we've got a fake and a throw, and it's incomplete, batted down in the end zone. The intended receiver, Craig Federico. So the score remains Pittsburgh 12 and Chicago 7. We'll be right back.
I'm hard to please when it comes to cars. At times, I do go for luxury. Sometimes economy. Weekends, I want something sporty, but I never want to spend a lot of money. That's why I always go to Budget Rent-A-Car. Because Budget has a great selection of cars at low budget prices. So I can get the car I want, or the truck, at a budget price.
Get 10% off any car or truck Monday through Thursday. Check the yellow pages for the Budget office nearest you.
Pittsburgh 12 and Chicago 7 with 53 seconds remaining in the opening quarter from the Civic Arena. In Pittsburgh, the Gladiators taking the lead back from the Bruisers on the 2nd touchdown pass of the game to Brendan Fulmer, a 45-yarder to Russell Hairston. And Ray Yock getting set to send his offensive group out onto the field. Going back deep is Terry Hinn, and you see the Gladiators set to cover the kick, and Lee Larson will be kicking to number 40, Terry Hinn. This one is going to be off the net and returned by Chicago. Rogers. And the return gets it out to the 9-yard line. Coming up on Saturday, July the 11th, we'll be at McNichols Arena in Denver as the Denver Dynamite go head-to-head with the Pittsburgh Gladiators live at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN. Mike Holt, the Chicago quarterback, 3 for 5 so far, 1 touchdown pass, 54 yards. He brings out the Bruisers 1st and 10 from the Chicago 9-yard line. Complete and out of bounds at the 11-yard line, and making the grab is Richard Rogers. Arena football is right up his alley, Lee. He was involved at Cal Berkeley in that 5 lateral touchdown play against Stanford, so arena football was made for him.
Didn't he do number 1 and 3?
Yeah, he made the first lateral, received the 3rd, made the 4th. Coming up on the end of the quarter, The horn sounds, and that's the end of the first period of play here at the Civic Arena. 1 quarter in the books. Pittsburgh leading 12-7.
Porsche, red, sunroof, beautiful.
A beautiful blue Camaro, stereo, power windows.
Cadillac, 6 months old.
Your car is an easy target for car thieves. Most anti-theft devices and alarms won't stop them. But now there's the Club. The Club fits any vehicle easily. Simply attach it to your steering wheel and the vehicle becomes undrivable. It's made of quality materials and its high visibility discourages break-ins.
I've never seen a more effective deterrent to auto theft. We were so impressed the auto squad uses them in their own personal cars.
With all its advantages, the Club is still reasonably priced, only $59.95. That's right, only $59.95. And if your vehicle is stolen when the Club is properly installed, you'll get up to $200 against your insurance deductible. Get the Club today, wherever auto parts are sold or directly from the Pittsburgh FOP.
Down through the years, the big games, the special games, always seem to live on in your memory. The excitement of baseball. It doesn't end when the game ends, and neither does your need to know. That's why so many baseball fans read the Sporting News, America's sports authority for over 100 years. The Sporting News gives you complete, in-depth coverage by more than 40 staff writers reporting right from the scene of the action. The teams, the stars, the strategies, the stats and standings, the pulse-pounding play-by-play excitement. Everything you want, you'll find right here in the Sporting News. It's great reading, and now you can get in on a great half-price offer. Grab a pencil quick, and here's a friend with all the details.
Call now and get 40 issues of the Sporting News for 4 easy payments of $5.45. You'll also get special preview issues at no extra cost. So call now, toll-free, 1-800-526-5000. That's 1-800-526-5000.
We begin the second period of play. Pittsburgh 12 and Chicago 7. The Bruisers quarterback, Mike Hold, has completed 4 passes so far, and he's hit his last 3. In motion. Handoff. And Bill Stone grinds it out. One of the rare running plays. Moves the football for a first down out to the 21-yard line. And it's rare when a running play adds the element of surprise, but that was the case that time.
In fact, the whole crowd was hushed. They didn't know what that was. They saw a running play. They didn't really know if they should cheer or not.
No, the Bruisers have it first and 10 now at the 22-yard line. Again, Hinn comes in motion. Hold looking, throwing, he's got a man open. Almost a circus catch for Steve Finch. Hold, I thought, Lee did a tremendous job to keep his presence and find Finch.
He tried to throw a quick hook pass, but what happened is they jumped him. Now watch, he'll come back, 1, 2, 3. He wants to throw the ball. They got good coverage. Now he starts to scramble. He's got good athletic ability, this player from South Carolina. He throws a perfect strike to Steve Finch, who dives and almost gets it. Nice try by Finch. Good coverage.
Oh, pump fake, throwing. Incomplete at the 10. Richard Rogers, number 80, the intended receiver. And there to knock it down, Rock Richmond. Rock, the defensive specialist for the Gladiators.
He's only 5'9", 175 pounds from Oregon, but I tell you what, he leads the league in pass interceptions, and he got up very high that time.
In addition to that, he's deflected 5 passes, and he's 3rd in the league in tackles. Chicago 0 for 2 in 3rd down conversions. Shy of a first down. Hold runs it out to the Pittsburgh 23-yard line. Now it's 4th down. And Mickemeyer is going to come into the game.
Mickemeyer has been accurate, but not far enough as his first couple of kicks. He's got a good enough leg to make this one right here.
Nick Mickemeyer looking for his first field goal of the day. This one from 38. Now the trick play. Mickemeyer gets rid of the tee, goes on as a wide receiver. Hold out of the shotgun. What's the throw? Fires. Incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Ricky Mitchell.
Hold pass. Incomplete.
We mentioned this play in the opening, Lee Corso, and it didn't take Ray Yach long to put it in.
Well, what happened is the Pittsburgh team had a little time to practice for it. They didn't catch him that. Ray's telling him a good try. We had nothing to lose. We tried to get it going. It was all right. There's Joe Euring over there. Joe's a little concerned over there because his ball club has not been playing up to potential because obviously mentally they thought they're going to bomb this ball club.
Little different twist here in Pittsburgh. The arena sidelines are so short the players have to sit in the stands here. 11:58 to go in the second quarter. Volmar looking. Has his man. And a completed pass to Hairston. Inside the 10, they'll mark it at the 9. Rockmore defending. But Pittsburgh has it first and 10 at the Bruiser 14-yard line.
In defense of Rockmore, there's nobody in this league that can cover Russell Hairston when he goes down like that, fakes a deep pass and come back. He's got too much quickness. Look, he's got 84 yards already on 5 receptions.
111 yards in the air for Brendan Fulmar. 11:20. Clock running, second quarter. Ridden out of bounds at the 1-yard line. First and goal, Pittsburgh. Lee, I have to agree with you. I've liked everything I've seen about this young man, and he is indeed a candidate for the NFL.
On this replay, you'll see what they call a mismatch. Here's Hairston, number 23, is 6'3", against Darrell Hart, 5'10", number 26. That's the reason why that play was complete. The guy was too tall for him, and he's got great jumping ability.
12-7, Pittsburgh leading, and the Gladiators have it first and goal at the Chicago 2. Bullet pass, a penalty flag goes down. Making the reception to the fullback, Federico. A penalty flag thrown at the 2.
Okay, now watch this guy right here. That's Hairston. He goes in and picks this guy, and there's a guy in the flat. I couldn't see who it is, but that's illegal. You can't do that.
Pass
even in a arena ball.
On the offense.
Watch number 23, Hairston. Come in there.
Down.
He's going in. He's going to pick off, and Federico's wide open in the end zone, but you can't do that. That's a pick. Now, they did that 14 times in the last 2 games we've seen it. That's the first time they ever called it.
To go along with it is a loss of down. So it's second and goal from the 6. Fulmar. This time the man is open, Mike Stoops. And that's a touchdown for the Gladiators. The third touchdown pass for Brendan Fulmar.
You're not going to believe this. You know what they did? Exactly the same play, only he did a little bit more sneaky this time. Watch number 23 getting a picture of Hairston, and all of a sudden you'll see Stoops wide open. You know why? He picked him off. Same exact play, only 5 yards deeper.
Pittsburgh getting set for the point after they have taken a timeout. 10 minutes and 9 seconds to play in the first half, and the Gladiators lead 18-7. We'll have the Pittsburgh PAT when we come back.
It was a quiet night until the party animal came to town.
There's a super party animal. His name is Bud McKenzie. A red hot nut and a cold Bud Light puts him in a party frenzy.
He's Bud McKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
Go Bud! Go Bud! Oh, yeah!
Bye, Spud. Don't be a stranger.
Quarterback Brendan Fulmar with 3 touchdown passes. Pittsburgh leading 18-7. And there you see Brendan's numbers to date. He had 3 touchdown passes off the bench last week in Chicago.
Well, he's thrown 2 legal touchdowns and 1 illegal one. That poor defensive back got knocked into the third row. See, concession stand C27.
Now the Gladiators will go for 2 on the point after touchdown. Volmar throwing. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Hairston, and number 21, Durwood Rockmore, was there to knock it down. 10 minutes and 9 seconds left to play in the second quarter. As it's down on the field, Pittsburgh leading Chicago.
This is where Michael Jordan kept practicing his jump shot when he didn't make varsity. This is where George Brett kept fielding after his team lost the state finals.
Wildcat ball.
And this is where Walter Payton played every game his freshman year as a drummer in the marching band. What do these legends have in common? They've always had a will to win. And they've always had a Wilson.
Okay, let's take a look at this play. Here's Hairston, and here's his boy Rockmore. Now watch this. As he takes him deep, he's watching him real close. He doesn't have the depth to defend, and that's why he knocks this play down. Let's take a look at it. Watch it. Now he's got him close. He doesn't have to worry about the depth in there, so he can play him closer. That's why he stopped that play and hasn't been able to stop the others.
Terry Hinn will receive the kickoff from Pittsburgh, and barefooted Lee Larson is ready to boot it away. 18-7 Pittsburgh, 10:09 to go in the second quarter. Terry Hinn, 8 yards deep. Second good return for Terry Hinn, brings it out to the Chicago 13. On Saturday, July the 11th, ESPN will bring you arena football from the Mile High city of Denver as the Dynamite play host to Pittsburgh at 9 Eastern time. And then the championship game on Saturday, August the 1st, also at 9 p.m. Arena football on ESPN. 9:52 to play in the second quarter here in Pittsburgh. Chicago trailing 18-7. They've got the ball. Mike Hold at quarterback. Runs into his own man, and that is sacked from behind. Ernest Adams jumping on his back gives credit for another Pittsburgh sack. Their fourth of the game and the second by Adams.
Adams, 6'3", 235, played at Illinois. He was an all Big Ten second-team defensive player, and I can tell you from a personal experience of coaching against him, he was an outstanding pass rusher.
And showed his style with that sack. Hold quickly to Terry Hinn. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 12 yards to go for Chicago. Mike Stoops coming over to make the hit. And again, we emphasize the point that you can star on both sides of the ball. Stoops has caught 2 touchdown passes in this game, just made the tackle on Terry Hinn.
He's a sure tackler. He's probably the best tackler in any defensive back in this league. He comes up, Iowa prides himself in defense, and that's where he played.
3rd and 12. The Pittsburgh defense, this time led by 54 Craig Walls, knocking Mike Hold down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Pittsburgh defense has been turning it on strong here in the second quarter. Walls was an all Big Ten player at Indiana.
He played for yours truly. He was a linebacker, and he's from the Pittsburgh area. He was an outstanding linebacker. He played all over the field. Here he's playing a down lineman. Number 67 is Weaver down, and it might be that cramp because of playing inside and not getting enough liquid in their system.
Tom Weaver has had a bad ankle. In fact, did not start the game at center for Pittsburgh because of that bad ankle, and he's limping a bit as he goes off the field. So Pittsburgh will make a change up front on 4th down as Weaver comes out of the game. And now Mickemeyer will attempt a field goal from his own goal line. So this will be a 58-yard attempt. Mickemeyer with a kick. Short. Returned by Ricky Mitchell. Mitchell, Lee had to hold your breath the way he was holding that football out away from his body.
That's why he didn't return kickoffs for me.
He was in Northern Illinois And Ricky Mitchell returning that kick to get it out to the 7-yard line.
Well, Mitchell's a perfect example of a guy who's not very big, 5'9", 170 pounds, that can play both ways.
So the Gladiators come up. And Brendan Fulmar, who's 11 for 17 in the game, and 3 touchdown passes. Brings it out 1st and 10 at the 7. Stoops in motion. Federico. Here in Pittsburgh, they appreciate that tough, hard-hitting football, and Craig Federico from Illinois State just put his head down for a couple of extra yards.
Now take a look at the defense right here. There's the 3 linemen, there's the 2 linebackers, and watch this guy right in the middle. He's called Jill. If he blocks, he's free. Let's take a look at that one. Later. Here it is, right there. Comes up. Makes a good tackle. Federico's a strong player. Looked like Franco Harris on that one.
Fulmar passing. He's got Harris. And that's a first down for the Gladiators. Hairston with another catch, and Rockmore. I don't think Durwood Rockmore knew what he was getting into when he got into arena football and had to play Russell Hairston all night long.
Well, Hairston's got such great speed that he chases him and drives him deep and then comes back. Joe Herring is a little bit more relaxed. He's having a drink. He just looks like he's at the hockey coach, like Herb Brooks in the Olympics or something.
6:54 to go in the second quarter. Complete. Hairston. Great cutback. And he's down inside the 10. Hairston had 21 catches coming into the game, and another one here.
Watch, he drives his defensive man down. Number 26 is Hart, but Hart can't cover him because he's too quick. But watch 25. Eddie Phillips come from the back of your picture right here from left and makes a good play. That's a good play.
8 catches for Russell Hairston, 123 yards. Darrell Hart now trying to guard Hairston. Stoops in motion. And Federico takes it down to the 5-yard line, and they'll mock him out of bounds at the 4. Pittsburgh has done a better job, it seems, Lee, with throwing to their fullback more than some of the other clubs in the league.
What they're doing, they're isolating their fullback 45, Federico, on the middle linebacker, Bill Stone, number 32, and he's too quick for him, and he's outrunning him to the flat. Plus, there's about 7 guys picking him off. It's like running through a picket fence.
So the Gladiators leading 18-7, and it's second down from the 4-yard line. Federico out of bounds and into the boards. Lee, that has to be in the back of your mind. Even though you've played a couple of games, that wall is ever present.
Now, you'll watch the option on this, and then we're going to listen to this play. Watch and listen.
4:55 to play, second quarter. Pittsburgh has it 3rd down and goal. Fulmar to throw. Batted down. Picked up by a lineman, Scott DiMatrenko, number 98. So that makes it 4th down. And Lee Larson, the Pittsburgh kicker, comes in. Well, DiMatrenko making the grab. He played collegiately at the State University of New York and Albany. Larson coming in, puts the tee down at the 12. So a 20-yard field goal attempt.
Gets the field goal, number 22, Lee Larson. From the 12.
Larson had a point-after touchdown blocked in the first quarter. Now his field goal attempt. Perfect. Penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
The kick was good, but a penalty flag went down with 3:58 to go in the first half. Jack Baker, the referee, number 7. Mike McCurry, you see McCurry bending at the waist. He was shaken up on the play.
Illegal formation on the defense. The field goal is good. Penalty will be administered after the kickoff.
So put Larson's 20-yard field goal in the books. We'll check out the condition of Mike McCurry as Pittsburgh leads.
This is a hamburger getting hard and dry because it's cooking on a flame that's too high.
At Hardee's, we make our quarter-pound hamburgers at a lower temperature, so they cook up thicker, succulent, full of natural juices, and the flavor doesn't go up in smoke. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
Mike McCurry coming to the Chicago bench, which is just about 3 yards. The seats are just about 3 yards off the field, and McCurry came off the field under his own power. But it is as you see by this shot here, Lee, it's a little bit different here in Pittsburgh and a little bit different in arena football. The fans are right on top of the action. And most unusual when the teams have to come over the boards to get into the game.
It looked like the blue line coming in for the Canadians.
Lee Larson kicking off, and Terry Hinn is the deep man for the Chicago Bruisers. 21-7 Pittsburgh and 3:58 to go in the first half. Playable. Picking it up for Chicago is Finch. And Steve brings it out to the 9-yard line. So the Chicago Bruisers come out with it. First down at 10 from their own 9-yard line. And 3:54 to play in the second quarter. Pittsburgh on top, 21-7. And Roy Yock's Chargers trying to get some points on the board here.
Psychologically, right now, they're still in this ball game. Remember, they were blown out by this team before, and Joe Herring knows that. It's very difficult for a coach like Joe Herring to get his players up to play a team that he bombed just previously.
Loose ball. Pittsburgh's got it. Scott Dimitrenko pouncing on the football at the 10.
Keep your eye on number 25, Eddie Phillips. It's a little draw play. He's carrying the ball in the right hand, but right here he's swinging the ball. It gets hit in the helmet by number 67, Weaver, and it's a free ball. That was an excellent play on Weaver's part to put his face and helmet on the play so Dimitrenko could get that ball.
Scott with the fumble recovery. Chicago's second turnover of the game. They've also had an interception. Now Dimitrenko comes up, and he will snap the football to quarterback Brendan Fulmar. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Incomplete at the 2, and the intended receiver was Jim Raftery.
Number 28, James Raftery.
2:54, the clock running, and it will continue to run on incomplete passes and out-of-bounds plays until we get to the 1-minute warning.
Chicago must play good defense here. If they could just force them to kick a field goal and go behind 24-7, they still got a chance. But if Pittsburgh goes in and gets one, they're going to have a tough time coming back.
Second down and goal. Too long. And the intended receiver that time was Willis Yates, number 68, the tight end out of Tennessee, Chattanooga. When he played for the Moccasins, he wasn't in too many pass patterns. He was a linebacker, all Southern Conference choice, and that time the tight end who is eligible off that line of scrimmage in the pass too long. Third and goal. Pittsburgh 1 for 4 in third down conversions. Incomplete. Penalty flag goes down, and they're going to throw this one on Durwood Rockmore of Chicago. Rockmore pleading his case, but he's pleading it on deaf ears. A little unnecessary roughness in the end zone. We'll see what Jack Baker has to say. It was 3rd and goal with an incomplete pass. Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5.
Incidental face mask on the defense. Still 3rd down.
It is 3rd down at the 5.
Now keep your eye on number 21, Rockmore. He's trying to do anything to stop 23 Harrison. Anything. Even grab him out of face mask, kick him, anything. That was pretty good defensive play, and he just grabbed him at the last minute.
Federico. He's out of bounds at the 3. Federico, now it's 4th down. And goal to go from the 3. And Lee Larson, the Pittsburgh kicker, is into the game. He'll kick from the 11-yard line. So a 19-yard field goal attempt. 1 minute remaining in the 2nd quarter.
19-yard field goal attempt. 1 minute remaining in the 2nd quarter.
Now with the 1-minute warning, the clock will stop for incompleted passes and plays out of bounds, and will run as in outdoor football until the first half ends. 19-yard field goal attempt for Lee Larson, trying to boot his 2nd field goal of the game. He hit a 20-yarder. He's missed a 40-yarder. This kick is good. 57 seconds left to play in the first half. It's Pittsburgh 24, the Chicago Bruisers 7.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Pittsburgh up on Chicago 24-7 with 57 seconds remaining in the first half. And coming up at halftime, Alan Massengale will update things from SportsCenter. We'll be talking with the 2 head coaches, and we'll be speaking with ESPN college football analyst Bino Cook. We'll talk about arena football here in Pittsburgh and also the up-and-coming college season. All coming up at halftime, so stay with us here on ESPN. 24-7 Pittsburgh, 57 seconds to go in the half, and Terry Hinn is back deep to receive the Lee Larson kick. Angled out of bounds, and that will be judged a touchback and will be brought out to the 5-yard line. Lee, the Bruisers have it with 57 seconds to play in the half here. They've got 45 yards to negotiate, and they desperately need a score just for their spirits, much less to stay in this football game.
Yes, but psychologically, they won that last series. They caused the Pittsburgh team to kick a field goal, and they're still within fighting distance. They can't do anything stupid down here. They got to go in either 24-7 or just be careful.
Hold throwing. Receiver slipped and fell, and that is Richard Rogers. I beg your pardon, Mike McDade, number 20, has just come into the game. And that will make it 2nd down at 10 with 54 seconds to go in the half.
I was talking to the offensive coaches. In arena football, this is a dangerous area because a bad play by the quarterback can cause a 2-point safety. That's why they got to be careful.
Oh, dancing around in his end zone. Intercepted. Pittsburgh has the football at the Chicago 22 as Rock Richmond picks off the pass. Richmond with the 2nd Gladiator interception of the game.
The reason Rock Richmond is leading this league, this is his 3rd interception, is watch him go up at the very height of the football. He jumps as high as he can and catches it at its very highest point. Watch. That's why he intercepted the football, and number 34, Finch, couldn't catch it. Good play by Rock Richmond.
47 seconds remaining in the half. Pittsburgh has it 24-7. Brendan Fulmar comes up. Penalty flags. 30-second clock expired. And in 3 arena football games, that's the first time we've seen that happen. So it'll be first down and 13. Brendan Fulmar throws. It's complete. Stoops to the midfield stripe, the 25-yard line. Brendan Fulmar has had a tremendous second quarter. He's hit on 9 of 11 passes in this second period. Timeout has been called by Pittsburgh as Stoops and his quarterback Fulmar come to the sideline to talk things over with Perry Moss in that Pittsburgh huddle. The assistant coach Joe Herring, the gentleman with the tie, and Perry Moss, one of the assistant coaches there with the glasses, talking to the quarterback.
Now, Perry Moss is an outstanding offensive coach, one of the best in America. But in the fall football season, he's the defensive coordinator for the University of Central Florida under Gene McDowell, one of the great young programs in America. Moss coached with me at the Orlando Renegades, and he's got this offensive team from Pittsburgh smoking. They lead the league in points. They lead the league in total yards. They lead the yards in passing. They do everything. He's doing a great job for them.
The U.S. Olympic Festival starts Thursday, July the 16th on ESPN. 43 hours of live coverage from North Carolina. The U.S. Olympic Festival, 1987, right here on ESPN. 32 seconds left in the half. Second down. Clock stops with 28 seconds to go. The football now at the Chicago 17. Russell Hairston has caught 1 touchdown pass in this game, and Hairston to date has caught 9 passes for 131 yards here in the first half.
You might ask you, why don't they double cover them? The reason they can't is in arena football, you can only play one-on-one man-for-man coverage.
Hairston and defending Darrell Hart, incomplete.
Number 23, Russell Hairston, broken up by number 26, Darrell Hart.
Number 26, Hart, makes good position on him. He's 5'10", 175 pounds from lane. Now watch him get high and deflect the ball right out of his hands. The rule in defensive secondary plays, if you can't catch it, make sure you strip the ball down from a receiver, and that's what he did that time. That was a good defensive play.
Second down and 10 for the Gladiators from the Chicago 17. Fulmar has time. It went right through the hands of John McClellan, number 31, and into the hands of Mike Stoops. Boy, now that was a play.
No, you kidding me? That was the luckiest play in the history of arena ball. He threw the ball to 31 McClellan and went through his hands, and Stoop caught it. You can't believe this play. Now, you'll see it. The ball is thrown for 31, but he's only 5'7", and it goes over his head. Now, watch. Number 30 will get, number 31 will be ready. He throws it to him. It goes over his head, and Stoops catches it. And everybody said, what a coach.
Third and about a yard. McClellan in motion. Incomplete, intended for Mike Stoops. The fans here at the Civic Arena hollering. They thought it was pass interference, but there was no flag. Hinn broke up the play. 16 seconds. Brendan Fulmar goes near the bench to get the play. Now comes back. It is fourth down. Timeout has been called by Pittsburgh. 16 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Pittsburgh 24 and Chicago 7. And once again, the Chicago ball club has not yielded the touchdown. This is twice in the last minute that Larson has had to come on for field goal attempts.
Now, Joe Harry's telling the hole right there, make sure we get 3 points out of here, go ahead 27-7. 4th down and 6 inches is the most difficult play so far in arena football because they don't practice the quarterback sneak that much. In outdoor football, it's easy to just fall ahead because you got an entire offensive line.
Lee Larson in the kick. You see the time remaining, 16 seconds. And Larson will attempt a 29-yard field goal attempt from his own, a 23-yard field goal attempt from his own 15-yard line. Pittsburgh can take a 20-point lead if Larson is successful. Got it. 13 seconds remaining in the first half, and Pittsburgh on Lee Larson's 3rd field goal of the game. They've taken a 20-7 lead over the Chicago Bruisers. The Pittsburgh Gladiator fans watching their ball club fall behind 7-6, but they've stormed back and now in command of this football game.
The difference between the two teams right now is Russell Hairston, number 23. He's an outstanding player. He's made big plays offensively. Fulmar is throwing the ball to him well, and the defensive pass rush has been outstanding by the Pittsburgh Gladiators.
We're finding as this game unfolds, if you can get a good pass rush, you can really disrupt the offense, and conversely, when you can protect your quarterback, you're in business.
It doesn't make any difference if you're playing Little League football, Arena football, or National Football League. The best way to stop a passer is to put him flat on his back, period.
Lee Larson. 3 field goals in the former Hawaii Rainbow. Kicks it to Terry Henn. 20. Penalty flag. And back to the 23 in a face mask. Penalty coming up. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. And the referee, Jack Baker, checking with his linesman. The penalty will be going against Pittsburgh and will move the football to the Gladiator 22-yard line.
Incidental face mask on the kicking team. First down.
All right, keep your eye on number 8, Ricky Mitchell. Keep your eye on at the top of the picture. You'll see number 8 reach over here and reach and grab him by the face mask right there and pull him down. That's a penalty. That's the only part Ricky Mitchell could get of him, and try to grab him and pull him down.
So Chicago moves it to the Pittsburgh 22, 1st and 10. Mike Holden, quarterback. And that one going through the hands of Steve Finch. 4 seconds remaining in the half.
All right, this situation, they've got to throw the ball in the end zone. They don't have enough time to complete a pass without the clock going out. So I'd be watching for one of those deep, wide-out curls and goes in the corners, right in the right or left corner for a touchdown right now by Holt, number 10.
Mike is 5 for 13. He's had 2 passes picked off. He's thrown 1 touchdown pass. Now Mickelmeyer is brought into the game to try the field goal. And the kick is no good. The ball off the nets. Hit. Play is still live. And Jim Rafferty brings it out to the 10-yard line on the return. The horn sounded, but play was still in. And the first half comes to an end. So the Pittsburgh Gladiators trail by a point, 7-6, but storm back behind the strong right arm of Brendan Fulmar and 3 field goals by Lee Larson to take a 27-7 lead. Right now, let's check in with the head coach of the Chicago Bruisers, Ray Yock. And Ray, your ball club was in pretty good shape there, leading 7-6, and appeared to have some momentum, but then this Pittsburgh ball club came up and took that momentum away and got a pretty good lead. Ray, can you hear me? He can't hear us, so we will not be speaking with Ray Yock as he goes to the locker room. It is halftime here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh.
Tell them to hurry up.
With the score, it is Pittsburgh 27 and Chicago 7.
Marcus Communications,
we're bringing more home to you. In July, you've got something to celebrate. It's about time. Stand up and cheer for the boys of summer. From the Old Timers Classic to the All-Star Salute, baseball's a hit live on ESPN. And party down every afternoon for your chance to win cash and prizes. Join the Dance Party USA on USA. Summer heats up with all-American music. Celebrate excellence in rock on MTV. And be a part of a special musical tribute to our Vietnam vets. Welcome Home on HBO.
We've been on the force a long time, and crime keeps getting worse. Maybe we're the problem.
Team up with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal, two cops who are running scared on HBO. And travel to the Orient, where new trials face old friends. Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita are back in Karate Kid Part 2. And look who else is back.
Yes! Me!
The original Max Talking Headroom Show, only on Cinemax. July is something to celebrate on cable.
Don't you all think that's just so precious?
Technical on me. Like nobody's business. That's a technical. I need a vacation. I'll show you a technical. Just give me those friendly skies.
This summer, you need the airline with low fares to more places. The biggest bargain airline in the land, United.
I got a vacation.
Be cool, boys.
And I'm not just flying.
Hello, fare. Nice tipping.
I'm flying a vacation in the friendly skies.
Experience the most luscious sunrise in the world. Hardee's Canadian Sunrise Biscuit. Real Canadian bacon, cheese, farm fresh egg, and hickory smoked bacon on Hardee's made from scratch.
Hello, everybody. Alan Massengale here with the Sports Center update. At Wimbledon today, the 73rd meeting between Martina Navratilova and Chris Evert, and it was close until the third set. It went a full 3 sets, and Martina Navratilova, as has been in recent years, takes care of Chris Evert 6-2, 7-5, and 6-4. Martina going for her 6th Wimbledon title in a row, 8th overall. But the problem may be young Steffi Graf. That was her 45th win in a row over Pam Shriver, 6-love and 6-2. And Steffi Graf has not lost in 87. So the finals are Saturday. The young upstart, Steffi Graf versus the reigning queen of tennis, Martina Navratilova. Now, the men's Final Four will be tomorrow on Friday. Jimmy Connors hanging in there for the Americans. But first of all, we'll talk about Yvonne Lendl versus Stefan Edberg. And Lendl hopes to add to his French Open title. Jimmy Connors of America taking on Pat Cash of Australia. Only 2 games in the National League to talk about tonight. We'll talk about the Cincinnati Reds, first of all, taking on the New York Mets. Of course, the Mets 5 games out of first behind St. Louis, and the Reds trying to take care of a 2-game lead over Houston in the National West. They are now in the 6th inning. The Reds are being shut out. Cal Daniels left the game after running into the left field wall. We'll update his condition tonight on SportsCenter following midget racing here on ESPN. Lenny Dykstra had a home run for New York, his 7th of the year. Now, most of this season, we've heard about the Davy Johnson, the manager of the Mets, Davy Johnson, and the squabble he has had with his young star, Darryl Strawberry. Well, apparently Strawberry now has more problems in the clubhouse. Teammate Lee Mazzilli has openly criticized Strawberry for missing 2 games against St. Louis. Strawberry says he had the flu, but Mazzilli says he should have played through the ailment.
To care about Darryl. You know, he's a friend, and I do have feelings for him because I do like him. But this is a team, and we're going to win together, we're going to lose together as a team. And I feel that he let the manager down, he let the coaches down, and most of all, he's letting his teammates down. And you can't do that in this game. Darryl is better at 70% than most guys are at 100% playing this game.
Strawberry is in the lineup tonight. In the American League, well, we finally found something that will cool down the, well, one more score from the National League. Houston over Philadelphia 3-2. That is in the 3rd inning. Davey Lopes had a home run in this one, but it is a rain delay right now. 3-2 Houston trying to catch up with Cincinnati in the West. As for the American League, finally found something that will cool down the New York Yankees, who now have a 3-game lead in their division over Toronto. There was a rainout in New York tonight. Texas was supposed to come visiting, but they will try a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon, a twilight doubleheader. Chicago at Cleveland, battle of the bottom dwellers. And in case you're interested in this one, it's in the 5th inning, 1-1 Chicago and Cleveland. Minnesota and Kansas City. KC can tie the Twins with the win tonight because KC is 1 game out. It is 0-0 into the second inning. Brett Saberhagen is looking for win number 14 on the year. He has only lost 2, 13-2 coming against Joe Necro, who was 5-4 coming into this one. Other games, the late game at California, Milwaukee, they are now into the 5th inning. Nothing there. Juan Nieves going against Mike Witt. Mike Witt looking for win number 10 on the year. Boston is visiting Oakland this evening. Al Nipper going for win number 8 against Joaquin Andujar, and no score there into the 5th inning. Detroit at Seattle, and the score there this evening, well, I don't have it yet. No report from Seattle. More arena football coming away in just a moment here on ESPN, so stay with us.
The excitement of baseball. It doesn't end when the game ends, and neither does your need to know. That's why so many baseball fans read the Sporting News, America's sports authority for over 100 years. It's great reading, and now you can get in on a great half-price offer.
Call now and get 40 issues of the Sporting News for 4 easy payments of $5.45. You'll also get special preview issues at no extra cost. So call now toll-free 1-800-526-5000. That's 1-800-526-5000.
This is where Michael Jordan kept practicing his jump shot when he didn't make varsity. This is where George Brett kept fielding after his team lost the state finals.
Wildcat ball.
And this is where Walter Payton played every game his freshman year as a drummer in the marching band. What do these legends have in common? They've always had a will to win. And they've always had a Wilson.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Some fast food places will do anything to sell you a meal.
Try our new family-sized fries.
Anything.
There's a luau in every bite.
Presenting the world's smallest hamburger.
Well, if you'd sooner do without all those gimmicks, you're invited to Hardee's for thick, juicy, 100% pure American beef burgers, which, quite frankly, speak for themselves. Because at Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
It's halftime in Pittsburgh with the Gladiators leading Chicago 27-7. And our halftime guest is a familiar friend indeed, Bino Cook, ESPN's college football analyst. And Bino, before we talk about the colleges, your impressions of arena football.
Well, I think they have to get a little more running into the game. And I also think they have to do something about the defense in the last minute because the players are exhausted. But I think it has a chance. I never thought the USFL had a chance. But this league has a chance to make it.
Bino, the Gladiators in first place. They're 2-0. How has the city adopted this
Well,
team?
the magic number is 3, and they make the playoffs. But I'm amazed the city has gone after the game that well. This is not a good sports town, in my opinion. But the fans are excited. They come. It's entertainment. Don't compare it with the NFL. Take it for what it is, and it's entertainment. That's what it is. It's fun.
Indeed.
Bino, speaking of fun, last year at this time, I think you picked Penn State to win a national championship. No, I picked them to play with a national title, but lose to Nebraska. Well, why didn't you say you picked them? That would have been a no scoop, huh? Well, I don't want to, I did pick Nebraska last year. Okay, this year, who do you think, Bino? Well, I think it's a little early to pick the team, but I'm rooting for Nebraska because I like the coach Tom Osborne. I think Clemson and Penn State because of the schedules, and they're not tough schedules. They got some tough games, but not tough schedules. And I also think Arkansas has a chance. I think Penn State has an outstanding coach in Joe Paterno. Despite losing all the players, Matt Kisner, the quarterback, could be the John Hewitt of the 80s. That's how good I think he is. So it's one of those 4 teams, but I don't know which one yet. Okay, there's a controversy, as you know, about playing the championship on the field and having a true champion and a playoff instead of the polls. What's your opinion of that? Well, the last 2 years, they did play it on the field. In the Orange Bowl, Oklahoma won. Penn State won it on the field last year. I'm against a playoff right now.
There are too many problems in college football. Solve those problems, and if we solve those problems, once we get into the 90s, maybe have a playoff with 2 teams, and if it goes well, go to 4 teams. But right now, I'm against it.
Thank you, Bino.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Bino Cook, our guest here at halftime. We'll be back with more from Pittsburgh in just a moment. The Gladiators lead 27-7.
I need a vacation like nobody's business. I need a vacation. Just give me those friendly skies.
This summer, you need the airline with low fares to all 50 states. The biggest bargain airline, United.
I need a vacation, and I'm not just flying. I'm flying a vacation in the friendly skies.
In this reconstituted, freeze-dried, pre-mixed world of ours, it's hard to find a breakfast that's totally made from scratch.
Syrup on that?
Well, at Hardee's, our biscuits are made just that way, with no shortcuts like some other guys use. But then that's probably why they taste so good, and why at Hardee's we can truly say we're out to win you over.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
This is where champions begin.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike Tyson, Terrence Ali, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. Superstars who forge steel nerves and iron punches on ESPN's Top Rank Boxing. Watch live Tuesday night fights. Top Rank Boxing puts you in the ring where champions are made on ESPN.
Pittsburgh leading 27-7 here at halftime over the Chicago Bruisers, and the main man in Pittsburgh is Russell Hairston, the former Kentucky Wildcat. This his touchdown reception.
Keep your eye on Hairston, number 23. As he comes down, he'll slip, but then he'll break to the outside, and he's got Rockmore one-on-one coverage, which is the essence of arena football. Now watch him. Keep your eye on his eyes as he reaches up at the last moment and concentrates on catching the ball for a touchdown. Russell Hairston leads the league in touchdown passes, and you can see why.
That's the 8th one that he's caught this season. 9 catches in the first half for 132 yards. That gives him 30 catches and over 500 yards in 3 games.
All right, he's featured in this play. Watch Harrison right here. He comes down and across the middle. He's supposed to go right there, but he picks the man. This man goes in motion, and Federico goes there. That's an illegal play, even in arena football. Now, 23, Harrison will go down across the middle, and he will pick off the middle linebacker right here, number 34, Finch, and allow Federico to catch the ball and go into the end zone. But that's an illegal play. As I said before, it's been run 14 times, and that was the first time they ever called that play.
It's time now for the Hardee's Coach's Corner, and let's check in with Pittsburgh head coach Joe Herring. And Joe, a solid first half of football for your team, coming back from that 7-6 deficit.
Right, and Lee was right. It was the first time it was called on that pick play, and it was against me. So you think everybody's picking on me?
Yeah, but you're unbeaten.
Yeah, right. Well, whatever. Well, I think that our quarterback did a pretty good job. He's a young guy, and he's trying to go out there and try to get some experience on the move, and he's doing a pretty good job. He needs to come back the second half with a little bit more confidence, and I think we'll be all right.
Joe, Russell Hairston seems like in a class by himself. What do you think?
He's right now, of course, he's proven he's the best receiver in the league, and it's just tough for anybody in this league to cover him one-on-one, and that's what they have to do in man-to-man coverage.
Okay, good luck to you, Joe.
Thank you.
Joe Herring, the head coach of the Pittsburgh Gladiators. The halftime statistics, as Pittsburgh leads it 27-7, and you see that first half passing statistic, 201 yards for Brendan Fulmar of Pittsburgh. The return yards, Chicago with 102, but they've been unable to do anything with the great field position they've had. The reason why, the turnovers.
They've had 3 turnovers, and also the third down play has been killing them. As I said before in the ball game, they've only had 13% completions on third down, and you can't keep the football with that kind of average.
27-7, the Pittsburgh Gladiators lead Chicago, and the Bruisers will be kicking off to Pittsburgh here. Nick Mickemeyer is into the ball game to kick off for Chicago. The deep men for the Gladiators on the near side, that is John McLennan, number 31, and Ricky Mitchell, number 8, also in the end zone on the left side of your screen. So we're all set with the second half from the Civic Arena. And here's Mickemeyer. Mitchell will return. 10. Spins away and moves the football out to the 17. Brett Johnson made the tackle for the Chicago Bruisers. Here's Brendan Fulmar coming in. Came off the bench last week in Chicago, and because of the injury to Mike Hollins, he's starting, and you see his numbers. He's got a whale of a game going. First down and 10, Pittsburgh, and the Gladiators 17. Stoops in motion. Through the hands of Mike Stoops, but that was a hot pass for Stoops to try to hang on.
And that number 50, Mark Rodenhauser, 6'4", 265, put the pressure on him. They've got to put more pressure on Fulmar, or they'll never stop that team.
Mike Hohensee is on the bench for the Pittsburgh Gladiators. He had completed 33 of 55 passes for almost 500 yards in 2 games, but out with that knee injury. Completed pass to Stoops, and that moves the football to the 25-yard line. That will set up a third down and 3. Stoops with 6 receptions.
Bob, right here is a very important play. If Chicago can just stop Pittsburgh now and get some psychological advantage back, they can come back and win this game. But this is an important play right here.
3rd and 2. And the pass play is complete to who else but Russell Hairston. Inside the 10 at the 8.
Watch the isolation play. Number 26, Darryl Hart tries to cover him, but there's no way. But watch the way he turns his shoulders over his head and concentrates on the ball. The most impressive thing about him is the way he has the eye-hand contact. He keeps his eye on that ball all the way to his hands. And that's the secret to a great offensive receiver.
1st and goal. Pittsburgh at the Chicago 9-yard line. Pitch. Federico. To the 4. This young man from Illinois State runs the ball very well indeed. At the end of our arena football game, we'll be going live to Indianapolis. Bob Jenkins, Gary Lee, and Larry Newber standing by for the USAC sprint race from the Speedrome in Indianapolis. 27-7 Pittsburgh, and the Gladiators are knocking on the door again. Touchdown! Russell Hairston, his 2nd grab today, his 9th in 3 games. Touchdown passes for quarterback Brendan Fulmar. And Pittsburgh leads at 33-7, and Lee Larson in to kick. The kick is no good. Wide to the right. 11:57 left to play in the third quarter. And the unbeaten and league-leading Pittsburgh Gladiators rolling over Chicago 33-7.
If you made hamburger patties the way most places make hamburger patties, you discover your thick, meaty burgers were suddenly dry, flat, and lifeless. So at Hardee's, we developed a way to make our quarter-pound patties gently, to cook up thicker, full of natural juices. It's a complicated machine, but we can give you an idea of the principle we based it on. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
The top-scoring offensive machine in arena football, the Pittsburgh Gladiators. And they have scored once again. Mike Hinn ready to accept the kickoff from Lee Larson. The Gladiators leading it 33-7 with 11:57 to play in the third quarter. Lee Larson has hit on 3 field goals in this game, but just missed that point after touchdown. Mike Cole. Now coming out of the end zone liberty, Steve Finch. And crunched into the boards by Pittsburgh. They return out to the 14-yard line, and Chicago will have it there first and 10.
Now, this is a nice low-angle replay of number 23 Hairston against number 26 Hart. As he breaks to the outside on a lob pass, the quarterback Fulmer will throw it very high, and 6'3" Hairston just out-jumps number 26 Hart. It's a physical mismatch. You see it in basketball all the time, and it happens in football too.
Chicago, first and 10, and a handoff to Eddie Phillips. And the former Iowa Hawkeye moves it out over the 15 to the 17. Former South Carolina Gamecock Mike Hold at the controls of Chicago. And in the first half of play, Mike Hold hit on 5 of 13 for 58 yards. And a scrambling quarterback that can make some things happen as he runs around back there, but he's been unable to escape the Pittsburgh pressure. He's been sacked 5 times and throws that one into the ground. Deflected that time by Ernest Adams, number 85.
Boy, he's a good-looking athlete. 6'3", 235, played at Illinois. All Big Ten, like I said, an excellent pass rusher, but he's got arms like about a 6'8" guy, and he deflected that pass right there.
He's from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, is Ernest Adams. Played at Dillard High School, and all Big Ten, as you mentioned, Lee, at Illinois. Here's Hold again to throw. Beauty. Touchdown, Chicago. Making the grab, Steve Finch. And the Bruisers come alive with that score. Right on the money for Mike Hold, and Steve Finch getting the high fives. That cuts it to 33-13 with 10:25 to go in the third quarter. Now Nick Mickemeyer to kick the PAT. Kick is good. So the Bruisers tack on a point, courtesy of Mr. Mickemeyer, and the Pittsburgh lead is 19.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Back in Pittsburgh, Gladiators 33, Chicago 14, and the injured Gladiator is number 54, Craig Walls from Indiana. And they're working on Walls there.
All right, keep your eye on the top of the picture. Number 34 is Finch against number 29, Richmond. He goes deep and he breaks a post route and he's got him beat, and Hull lays it on him. That's all they needed to get back in this ball game. Fitch beat Richmond, a defensive back. Psychologically, they're ready to come back now.
So the injured player, Greg Wall's trying to come off, and you think a leg cramp, Lee? Muscle cramp?
It looks like that, but he had problems. As you can see, he's wearing those knee braces. He's had problems with his knees when he was in college, but I think it's the problem they have in this league is that these players have never played two ways since high school, and they've got to drink a lot of liquid. Absolutely. See, he didn't want any liquid. He's got to drink that liquid. More water, Walls, more water.
Coach Lee Corso.
Sorry.
Explaining things. 10:26 to go in the third quarter. 33-14, Pittsburgh leading, and now Mickemeyer to kick it deep. Number 8 is Ricky Mitchell, and number 31, John McLennan. Tonight's attendance we've been handed here in Pittsburgh, 11,807. So another crowd of over 11,000 here in Pittsburgh. Mickemeyer out of the end zone for touchback. Coming up next, the USAC Midget Racing from the Indiana Speedrome. Bob Jenkins, Larry Newber, and Gary Lee standing by live from Indianapolis, immediately following arena football. 10:24 and the clock moving now in the third quarter. Pittsburgh quarterback Brendan Fulmar with 4 touchdown passes, and his favorite target, Russell Hairston, goes wide to the right. Hairston to the 15. I would believe, Lee, the secondary men for Chicago, that time Rockmore was defending, they're going to see this man in their sleep all night. Hairston.
Because of the fact that they must play man for man, there's nothing else you can do. There's nobody in this league that can cover the man for man. The only way to stop Hairston is to knock Fulmer, number 7, down before he can throw it.
Indeed. Fulmer comes back the other way to McLennan. To the 18. Lee, there is the bump rule at the line of scrimmage. Would you move up and put a little pressure on Hairston and try to hold him up at the line for a beat or two?
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what will happen? He'll run that fade. He'll run right past you, and he's 6'4", and he can jump any of those corners. That's why they can't stop this guy unless they put the pressure on the quarterback.
So he's got you either way.
Absolutely. And he's making that guy, Joe Herring, a nice and good coach.
2nd and 8. Pittsburgh has it at its own 17. McLennan in motion. Complete. And a good stick at the 20-yard line. Stoops made the reception, and Rockmore with the major league hit.
Number 21, Durwood Rockmore.
Fulmar connecting with Stoops. Brendan now has hit Stoops 7 times for 67 yards, and he's completed 25 of 36 in the game.
The only way that they get back in the ball game, Chicago, is to play good defense. They can't outscore them. They got to play defense right now.
3rd down for the Gladiators and 5. Stoops into Chicago's territory at the 20-yard line.
Down to number 40, Terry Hill.
Mike Stoops, a former Iowa Hawkeye. He was the first Ironman Award winner in arena football in the first game played against Washington. Fulmar has hit 7 in a row. Incomplete. The interception made beyond the end line by Durwood Rockmore. Incomplete pass.
Rockmore had good pass coverage on him that time because he played him man for man and just kind of ran with him, and the pass was a little short. One of the things that is happening right now, the Pittsburgh Ball Club is using a no-back offense, which is very, very new. Nobody's used that in arena football, but Perry Moss used it with the Orlando Renegades when he coached for me.
If Pittsburgh shows that set, we'll point it out to you. 98, Dimitrenko in the game at fullback. Rafferty in motion. Hairston, incomplete. Juggling going out of bounds.
They finally found a way to stop Hairston. They run him out of bounds and into the wall, and the wall stops him. Nobody else has been able to stop him the entire game.
6:20 left to go in the third quarter. The third down story, and it is 3rd and 10 for the Gladiators. Pass overthrown, and Hairston and Rockmore going at it, and a penalty flag flies. That's bound to happen when you're getting whipped all night long.
A little frustration come out, and he'll either call it on either man, or he might call it on Hairston, because Rockmore, actually, number 21, made a good play, drove him into the United Airlines stands right there, dropped him off the Holiday Inn Parkway West, and he came back and took a swing at Rockmore.
Referee Jack Baker and his linesman Bill Schmitz, the side judge, and now Ray Yock moves out onto the turf to see what the call is going to be. On the far sideline, Joe Herring, the Pittsburgh coach, has come over the boards and onto the field because he wants an interpretation. 5:58 to play in the third quarter with Pittsburgh leading 33-14. There's Joe Herring, the Pittsburgh coach. Now you see, here's the call.
Personal foul, number 23 on the offense. Penalty is refused. 4th down.
Well, we'll take a look on that pass play to Russell Hairston.
And watch the top of your picture. Rockmore makes a nice play, runs him into the United Airlines right there, a legal play, and number 23 Hairston turns around and gives him a shot right there. Now watch, left hook, a stranglehold, wrestling, United States wrestling.
Lee Larson in on 4th down, a 35-yard field goal attempt. Penalty marked off against Pittsburgh.
Correction on the penalty. Continuing action. It'll be 4th down. 4th down.
The football has been moved back to the Gladiator 23.
8-yard penalty against Pittsburgh. 4th down. Larson.
The 4th time the Gladiators have been penalized. Now Larson tries it from the 15. This will be a 43-yard attempt. 4 field goals in a game would give Larson a new record. Returned by Chicago. And Fitch is hit hard and knocked out of bounds. So the Bruisers with 5:25 to go in the third quarter. They've got the football, trailing 33-14. Pittsburgh 33 and Chicago 14. Bruisers come up to the line of scrimmage, and they bring Rodgers in motion. Handoff, Bill Stone, and Stone fights and gets his way up to the 17. Federico making the tackle as Bill Stone out of Adams State runs the ball. It's a first down for Chicago. On to the 17. The Bruisers held a 7-6 lead in the first quarter. Playing come from behind here in the second half. Hole throwing. Incomplete. A diving attempt made by Steve Finch.
Finch had him beat that time, but Foles just threw a little bit to the outside. What they need to do right now, Foles particularly, doesn't have to hurry. Take your time. Now, right there, he's looking at a cheat sheet. They signal in like number 5. He looks at number 5 and it says, throw it for a touchdown, son.
Is that what that? I always wondered what it said on those cheat sheets.
Absolutely.
Shades of Tom Matty. 2nd and 10. Cole hit as he throws, and the ball sails into the seats.
Incomplete. 10 for number 40, Terry Hill.
In the intended receiver.
Third down. And 10.
Greg Walls, number 54, put the pressure on him that time. It was a really good defensive play. He got his hands up on number 10, Hold, and he couldn't deliver the ball like he wanted to.
Whistle. And Hold is down at the 13. They had him in the grass. So the Bruisers on 4th down bring Nick Mickemeyer into the game. Tackle and the pressure made by Willis Yates, the 6th Pittsburgh sack. So 4th down, a field goal attempt for Nick Mickemeyer. And he'll spot the ball down at the 6. So that makes it a 52-yard attempt. Deflected. Pittsburgh looking to return. Ricky Mitchell. Plowed into the boards by Bill Stone, and a penalty flag goes down.
Flag on the play. The field goal by Mickemeyer was blocked by number 54, Greg Walls. On the return, number 8, Ricky Mitchell. Flag.
There's some frustrations, Lee, as Bell's getting a little physical here, ramming people into the sideline.
I think what happened that time, Pittsburgh blocked below the waist. And on the kicking game, you cannot block below the waist because that's a very dangerous play.
Clipping, 68 on the run back.
Time out on the field. 2:43 to play in the third quarter. Pittsburgh leads it by 19.
This is a hamburger getting hard and dry because it's cooking on a flame that's too high.
At Hardee's, we make our quarter-pound hamburgers at a lower temperature, so they cook up thicker, succulent, full of natural juices, and the flavor doesn't go up in smoke. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
And a special welcome to all Gladiators season ticket holders.
2 minutes and 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Pittsburgh leading Chicago 33-14. The Gladiators have it first down at 10 from their own 7-yard line. Brendan Fulmar, the Pittsburgh quarterback, 26 for 40 in this game, 256 yards, and big number 7 has thrown 4 touchdown passes. Complete to John McClellan. And on his back gets the football out to the 8-yard line. McClellan played collegiately at the University of Tennessee. He was a walk-on for the Volunteers. Kickoff return man from Cookeville, Tennessee. There's the pride of Pittsburgh, Joe Herring. His Gladiators unbeaten at 2-0, and leading this one 33-14. He's got another one. Stripped out of his hands by Rockmore. They're going to give Harrison the completion. 1st and 10, Gladiators at the Chicago 12.
It can get very frustrating when you've got to play man-for-man in this league over and over against a great receiver like Hairston. He just breaks the ball inside, and Fulmer throws the ball. It's very frustrating, but basically watch it at the top of your screen. He'll come down, make a fake, and then he breaks to the inside. He gets good position. The ball is thrown perfectly, and Hairston's got great concentration on the ball. Rockmore could not have played that one much better than that. He fumbles it, but when it's going hot, you're hot.
St. Louis is on the turf and injured, now getting up. Oh, you mentioned Hairston, Lee. He is having quite a game. 13 catches, 192 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Budweiser keeps the action going. For all you do, this Bud's for you. We've got 1:24 left to play in the third quarter here in Pittsburgh, and the Gladiators lead it 33-14. Washington will play at Denver tomorrow night. The first home game for the Dynamite at McNichols Arena. Tim Markham have his ball club all raring to go. He lost in Washington last weekend. And Bob Harrison's Commandos on the road. And then we'll be in Denver next Saturday for the Pittsburgh-Denver game. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. John McClellan. A 12-yard grab, and McClellan picks off the 5th touchdown pass of the game for Brendan Fulmar. And Pittsburgh leads 39-14. Larson in to kick it. Pittsburgh now shifts the huddle over to the line of scrimmage for the Larson kick. Here's the kick by Larson, and it is good. Pittsburgh 40 and Chicago 14, showing you why they lead this league in scoring.
14.
Take a look at number 31, McKenna, right there in the bottom of your picture. As he comes down, he's got Hart man for man. He makes a fake. He goes this way. Hart hesitates. McKenna beats him for a touchdown. Watch the hesitation. Keep your eye on number 31, McKenna. He comes down. He breaks. Now watch 26, Hart hesitate, and that's all it needed right there. Touchdown, McKenna.
The short field works a couple of ways as McClellan makes his first touchdown reception of the game. Defensively, if you're on top of the play, you're able to snuff it off quickly. Yet, if you're faked out, one step burns you.
The most devastating rule in this league is man-to-man coverage on pass defense. That's the one thing that changes it, and it's completely different than any other football played in the world. Not in America, in the world, is that man-for-man pass defense.
Kicks to Terry Hinn. And Ricky Mitchell knocks him into the boards as Hinn takes the shot as Mitchell applied the hit, then helped him up.
Good sportsmanship. Must have had a good college coach.
Yeah, he must have.
That's right. He had Bill Mallory, and I only had him for a year. Bill Mallory's a good coach.
Under a minute to play. The Gladiators taking it easy, leading 40-14. And Mike Hole brings him up. Incomplete. Pass was deflected, so no interference.
At the top of the show, we talked about Pittsburgh's physical power. They're the best-looking football team in their uniforms. They're the best-conditioned team we've seen so far. They're the most physical team. They're a well-balanced football team. They're going to be a tough team to beat in arena football.
Second down and 10. If they get the snap off here, they've got 2 seconds. This will be the last play of the quarter. Mike Hole throwing way over the head of the intended receiver, Mike McDade. That's the end of the third quarter. The Pittsburgh Gladiators looking to run their record to 3-0, leading Chicago 40-14.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
Down through the years, the big games, the special games, always seem to live on in your memory. The excitement of baseball. It doesn't end when the game ends, and neither does your need to know. That's why so many baseball fans read the Sporting News, America's sports authority for over 100 years. The Sporting News gives you complete, in-depth coverage by more than 40 staff writers reporting right from the scene of the action. The teams, the stars, the strategies, the stats and standings, the pulse-pounding play-by-play excitement. Everything you want, you'll find right here in the Sporting News. It's great reading, and now you can get in on a great half-price offer. Grab a pencil quick, and here's a friend with all the details.
Call now and get 40 issues of the Sporting News for 4 easy payments of $5.45. You'll also get special preview issues at no extra cost. So call now, toll-free, 1-800-526-5000. That's 1-800-526-5000.
We are gathered here today.
You'd expect this Panasonic OmniMovie camcorder to shoot in daylight.
If anyone believes this couple should not be married, let him speak now.
You might expect this Panasonic camcorder to shoot in room light.
Let him speak now.
But what you don't expect is that it can shoot by the light of one candle, and it's VHS.
Let him speak now.
Camcorders that do the unexpected make Panasonic just slightly ahead of our time.
Well, right after our arena football game tonight, we'll be live at the Indianapolis Speedrome for USAC Midget Racing. Last week, George Wilkins won a 50-lapper. It's a 100-lapper tonight for the feature.
Well, you know, they've been watching a contact sport in arena football. This, too, is a contact sport. We've seen one triple flip so far this evening. The driver, Rick Bodine, is okay. Car not badly damaged. A lot of wheel banging, a lot of competition.
So join us right after our arena football for live USAC Midget Racing here at Indianapolis. Now back to the Civic Center in Pittsburgh, Bob and Lee.
Thanks, Bob and Gary. We indeed look forward to the racing from Indy coming up right after arena football. 15 minutes to go, fourth quarter underway. Pittsburgh leading, and Mike Hold throwing. Incomplete, and Hold was really sandwiched as he released that pass. Things have not gone well for Mike in the second half. He is 1 for 7. With that only completion, the 33-yard touchdown pass to Finch.
The problem Hull has is that he cannot throw the ball with Adams, number 85, and 68, Willis Yates, all over him. Right there, Adams had a big piece of him, 6'3", 235. Boom. He went over a 5'11", 190-pound Hull and just threw him down.
Now on fourth down, Mickemeyer will kick. The field goal attempt is short, will be returned. Rafferty stopped by Stone and company at the 11-yard line. So Pittsburgh will have it there. First down and 10. As we watch this arena game unfold over the 3 weeks, Lee, really the wheat being separated from the chaff here, it looks like Pittsburgh and Washington have got the 2 top ball clubs.
Because they're both number 1 and number 2 on defense. You win in any league of football with a basic sound defense because that keeps you close in a ball game. Chicago's problems are, number 1, they don't have enough defensive power to stop anybody, and that's why they're getting beat.
Pittsburgh leading it 40-14. Gladiators up to the line of scrimmage. Penalty flags and a delay of game penalty coming up against the Gladiators. It looked like there was some confusion as Pittsburgh broke the huddle and came up to the line.
Chicago got in a new defense that time. They put 4 linemen down and were going to blitz them.
On the offense, number 7. First down.
That is one of the new rules.
You can put 4 men up and go after them. They've got to put 4 up. In fact, they'd be better off trying to put 5 up there and take a chance. That's the only way they're going to win this game. Brendan
Fulmer studying that defense. Now throws. his man on the near side, number 28, Jim Rafferty. Out of Colgate. Rafferty giving Hairston a breather.
You know what Fulmer did that time, which is smart? He came up and watched the 30-second clock. And he did not snap the ball until it was about 28 seconds gone. So therefore, he uses a lot of clock while he's running his drive. Well-coached play.
2nd and 6.
Brendan Fulmar, who was an understudy to Mike Hohensee, now center stage, and he's had a terrific game, completing over 70% of his passes in 2 games. Intercepted, picked off by Chicago, and Rockmore returns it to Pittsburgh territory at the 23.
Number 26.
The 26, Darrell Hard with the interception.
Number 95.
26 Hart makes a good play on this one because he goes back and he's kind of lurking around. His man was nowhere.
And 10. Shy of the 23.
Keep your eye, number 26, the top of your picture. His man plays a zone, and he jumps to the ball right there. 26 made a good play. They needed that play. They get a touchdown back in the ball game. Nice play by Darrell Hart.
Mike Cole back to pass. Waits. To the end zone, off the net. Intercepted. Touchback, Pittsburgh. One of the wacky plays in arena football, and it burned Mike Holt in Chicago. Mike Stoops with the interception.
You just can't believe the amount of pressure they put on the quarterback. There's Adams, number 85. There's number 67, Weaver. He's got such strong breath, he just threw him down by yelling at him. And then the ball comes off the net. The ball comes off the net, and that Stoops is all. I think there must be 4 number 30s out there. Stoops catching them, knocking them down, running them, intercepting them. Excellent football player, Mike Stoops from Iowa. (40-14), Pittsburgh. They've got it first down and 10 from their own 5. Hand off to Mitchell. Quick trap play, and it got Mitchell a couple of yards out to the 8. What they do in this game, and listen, this looks like the number 1 running plays are going to be kind of misdirection plays to get people to flow one way and come back. If nothing else, it makes them stay in their zones, and they don't rush the passer as fast.
11-10 to play in the game. 40-14, Pittsburgh leading. USAC, midget racing from Indianapolis next on ESPN. Incomplete. Jim Rafferty trying to make the grab.
Chicago's only sending 3 men on the pass rush, and they cannot get to him. 64 right there is Bill Hogan. He doesn't get anywhere near him. He's too heavy. He's 6'2", 295, but he told me before the game, hey, I'm only 290. He'll be about 240 after this game.
He must have had a salad for lunch.
Oh, he's a monster.
Fulmar from his goal line. Complete. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Number 95 making the grab, Greg Best. One of the new additions, Mike Powell for Pittsburgh, was injured last week in Chicago. Best was signed this week. He played at Kansas State.
One of the things is a very good coaching point here for Joe Herring. He's got number 23 out of the ball game, Hairston. Why? 40-14. You break a leg, you lose the championship. Let him sit over there. He's done for the night.
Pittsburgh dominating in first down statistics. And dominating on the scoreboard. Fulmar to the end zone. That's going to be an interception. Chicago returning. Darrell Hart gets it into Pittsburgh territory at the 23.
Number 26, Darrell Hart.
That ball never hit the ground. First, there was the Pittsburgh receiver. And downfield was Jim Rafferty for the Gladiators, and Chicago was able to pick it off. Timeout on the field. 9:23 to go in the game. Pittsburgh leading Chicago 40-14. We'll be right back.
Rogers Rent-A-Car.
Experience the most luscious sunrise in the world. Hardee's Canadian Sunrise Biscuit. Real Canadian bacon, cheese, farm fresh egg, and hickory smoked bacon on Hardee's made from scratch Rise and Shine biscuit. For a taste so special, it'll brighten your whole day. Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
Chicago's Darryl Hart with his second interception of the game, and here's number 2 on that last play.
Keep your eye on Rafferty, number 28. He does not watch the ball into his hand. It deflects, it kicks off his foot. Boom! 26 Hart's got it. As long as the ball does not touch the ground, it can be kicked by 26 guys. And that time Hart gets it and comes back, and Chicago get a touchdown, and they're back in this game.
9:05 to go. Hole throws it complete to McDade. And Mike gets it down to the Pittsburgh 16.
Number 20, Mike McDade. Down to number 30, Mike. 2.
Mike Hold, when he was in South Carolina on their Gator Bowl team a few years back, he was brought in to rally the Gamecocks. He brought them from behind in 3 different games to victory during Joe Morrison's fine campaign, and Chicago hoping some of that luck comes back into play tonight against Pittsburgh. Incomplete on the near side, and the intended receiver was Steve Finch. Richmond was defending.
You know, Bob, the one thing that Chicago doesn't have that you can see immediately from up here is they don't have a deep threat. They don't have anybody that can streak down the field and get a touchdown real quick. They got nice short receivers, but the backs are starting to jump up in front of them. There's Ray Yock. He's into the game. He's got a chance, but they got to develop a long passing game somewhere along the line.
Hole throws to Richard Rogers. Out of bounds near the 10-yard line.
Richard Rogers.
Despite the fact it's 40-14, they're still pounding those pads. Pittsburgh 40, Chicago 14. Hold is hit on 4 of his last 17. He's got his man there, and that's Eddie Phillips. And Eddie wiggles down to the 4-yard line. Eddie Phillips, when he left Iowa, was the #1 rusher in Hawkeye history. He's been passed since by Owen Gill and Ronnie Harmon. Phillips making the grab of that Mike Holt pass to set up 2nd down and 3. Pressure. Throwing. Intercepted, and this is going to go the distance. Russell Hairston with the touchdown for the Gladiators. Third touchdown of the game for Russell Hairston. Mike Holt was in desperate trouble. And Hairston comes up with the interception and takes it the length of the field to score.
It's interesting. They did not play Hairston on offense, but they put him in on defense. And what does he do? He scores. Russell Hairston, 49-yard touchdown interception from the University of Kentucky.
46-14 Pittsburgh, and Lee Larson is back in to kick for the Pittsburgh Gladiators. Hairston with 10 touchdowns in 3 games.
Delay on the offense, number 7.
.6:34 to play in the game. Pittsburgh 46 and Chicago 14. Parsons, point after touchdown. It's good. So the Gladiators tack on another point. Now lead 47-14.
Chicago.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
6:34 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh leading Chicago 47-14. The deep man, Terry Hinn, for Chicago to accept the Pittsburgh kickoff. Don't forget, coming up next, USAC Midget Racing from the Indy Speedrome here on ESPN. As soon as our arena game is in the books here at the Civic Arena, Pittsburgh pouring it on, leading 47-14. Off the net, touched by him, grabbed by Rogers. Now the question, did he get out of the end zone? Yes, he did. They'll spot it at the 1-yard line, and Rogers may have twisted an ankle.
Ball was rolled down.
Chicago at one time led in this game, 7-6. Pittsburgh got the lead back at the end of the quarter, and it's been all Pittsburgh after that. This touchdown play, Lee Corso, the last one, a microcosm of Pittsburgh's dominance.
All right, keep your eye on number 68, Willis Yates. He causes this play by causing Holt to go to the outside. Holt throws across the ball. You never throw across the field, and guess who's there? You got it.
Hairston took it 49 yards for the touchdown. And now Eddie Phillips runs it out for just a yard.
Now you'll watch Hairston as he gets under position. He's got such great hands that he catches this ball on the run, and it's all over. Katie bar the door. Russell Hairston is all over that field. He's got to be right now the most valuable football player in this entire league.
No doubt. It is second down for the Chicago Bruisers. And Hall throws. Incomplete for McDade on the right side. Mike Holt has had a rough day indeed. He has had his first pass intercepted. He was hitting just 41% of his passes coming into this game. 5:10 to play. Safety. Hall tried to get rid of it, but it was too late. 4:55 to go in the game. And a timeout on the field. 4:55 to play. It's all Pittsburgh.
Well, there ain't nothing better than a bigger burger.
Some fast food places will do anything to sell you a meal.
Try our new family-sized fries.
Anything.
There's a luau in every bite. Presenting the world's smallest hamburger.
Well, if you'd sooner do without all those gimmicks, you're invited to Hardee's for thick, juicy, 100% pure American beef burgers, which, quite frankly, speak for themselves. Because at Hardee's, we're out to win you over.
The 7th sack of the game for Pittsburgh turns into a safety. And coming up next, the USAC Midgets live from Indianapolis. Messrs. Jenkins, Newber, and Lee standing by. Immediately following arena football, Pittsburgh leading at 49-14. And now Chicago will kick it off to the Gladiators after the safety. Over 11,000 on hand here at the Civic Arena tonight as the Gladiators will push their record to 3-0. Mickemeier's kick. Mitchell will return. Spins down at the 9-yard line. Well, Lee, I know this is the most unusual position for you. You never had a ball club trail by 35 points in your coaching career.
I had a lot of them. The best story I ever got is I was coaching in Michigan my first year, and I looked up at the scoreboard. The score was Michigan 42, Indiana 7, and there was 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. I called up and I said, find out what's the greatest score Michigan has ever beat anybody, because we're working on it right now.
Sort of a helpless feeling at Ann Arbor.
Notice I didn't tell you the final score.
Pittsburgh has changed quarterbacks. Kevin Russell has come into the game. He'll take his first snap. And hands off to the fullback, Scott Dimitrenko. A nice, safe play for your first snap. Kevin Russell signed earlier this week as the backup quarterback, and it's an interesting twist because it was Russell who was the starter his junior and senior year at Cal PA, and the tonight starter, Brendan Fulmer, was his backup.
Didn't you say he worked for the radio station that does our games here, the Pittsburgh games?
Yes, he did.
You know what? Next week, Beano Cook comes downstairs and plays guard for the Pittsburgh Gladiators. Way to go, Beano.
Maybe they'll make him the tight end. That way he could catch a pass. 49-14, Pittsburgh.
The pass for number 9.
Kevin Russell just hit his first pass. He's saying to himself, what's so hard about this game?
Well, you know, Chicago is getting beat, and obviously they're down. But I tell you what, they played a very fine football game. The reason they got beat is because Pittsburgh's got better players than they do. 80% of the games I ever coached in was won with the coach with the best players. Pittsburgh's players are better than Chicago's, but they got a chance.
3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 49-14, Pittsburgh. First and 10. Dimitrenko stacked up. And this will be a loss on the play. Back to the 20.
One of the reasons Pittsburgh is also a good football team is because of their kicking game. Chuck Herring, Joe's older brother, is on the staff. He's an assistant at Southern Colorado, and he's now in charge of the kicking game, and he's done an excellent job.
The Gladiators will hang on to first place. Two minutes to play in the game as Kevin Russell comes up under center. Incomplete.
Russell's pass intended for number 20.
The intended receiver, Jim Rafferty, and there is the next offensive lineman in the arena football, Beano Cook.
You notice they never put age down there. Beano looks pretty good, though. Number 0. Weight, nobody knows. Age, nobody knows.
Beano, the ESPN college football analyst, does the color work on radio here in Pittsburgh for the Gladiators.
You think he's got an agent now?
Probably.
He's got that guy in New York that's causing all the problems.
Minute 15 to go. Russell throwing deep. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Greg Best, number 95. A minute 9 to play in the game.
You know, this always bothers me, a coach. The guy's getting beat 49-14, and he calls pass interference. I mean, what do you mean? You know, let it go. Let it as long as they don't hurt anybody, let's get the game over with and get out of here. You know what I'm talking about? Now, Fulmer's coaching. He's coaching Russell right now, isn't he? Yeah. Joe Herring is taking it easy on the sideline.
On the defense. First down.
So Fulmer and Joe Herring watching the sidelines. They are enjoying everything here in Pittsburgh. 3-0 record and a big win tonight over Chicago.
It's a good thing he's doing this and putting Russell in there because at least give him some experience.
The horn sounds and the 1 minute warning.
In effect, Chicago has 3 timeouts. Pittsburgh has 3 timeouts.
Player of the game award is presented by Hardee's Restaurants.
So now the Gladiators will come up to the line. Kevin Russell, the substitute quarterback, when he was in school at Cal PA, his favorite target was Perry Kemp, who is now with the Cleveland Browns and broke into pro football with Jacksonville in the USFL in 1984. He's got another favorite target here in Pittsburgh, and that would be Russell Hairston. I think I could throw it to him. Hairston, with 10 touchdowns this season, he's been involved with 3 today. And a completed pass to Jim Rafferty.
Number 28, James Rafferty. Brought down by number 21.
Under a minute to play in the game. Rafferty played at Colgate. And there's another Colgate product here in the Steel City that's making some noise. Richie Ehrenberg with the Steelers. There's Colgate producing Mark Hubbard, Mark Van Egan.
You know, you Chicago fans might be wondering why Pittsburgh's throwing the ball now when they're leading 49-14, but they don't have any running plays. I mean, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're staying in a huddle, trying to keep the game down, but they've got to throw the ball, or this one they might try to run it at least once to let the clock run out. Maybe a quarterback sneak or something like that.
Russell goes to one knee. And that will be the last play of the game. So the Pittsburgh Gladiators move their record to 3-0 in arena football and sent Chicago reeling to its 3rd loss without a win. And they did it in convincing style, winning it 49-14. And no doubt about it, the MVP, number 23, Russell Hairston of the Pittsburgh Gladiators, getting congratulated by Mike Hinn. Of course, keep in mind, all these players were in camp together, and Hairston did a whale of a job today. 2 touchdown receptions. He ran an interception back 49 yards for a score as Pittsburgh wins over Chicago 49-14. And a tip of the cap from us at ESPN to Russell Hairston. He's a heck of a football player.
He's in a class by himself right now. He's got good size, speed, and everything else that goes with it.
The Hardy's MVP, Russell Hairston of Pittsburgh. We'll be back to wrap things up from the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh in just a moment. Pittsburgh wins it 49-14.
There he is. What a happening dude.
They're a super party animal. Yeah. His name is Bugs McKenzie. A barbecue inside. A barbecue. And a cold Bud Light. A cold Bud Light. Puts him in a party frenzy.
He's Buds McKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
Go, Bud, go. Go, Bud, go.
Goes Bud, go.
Bud, you really cooking now.
All right.
Pittsburgh wins over Chicago 49-14 here at the Civic Arena as they move to 3-0. And there's the USA Wet Ironman for the game. And it is lineman Ernest Adams, who played collegiately at Illinois for the Gladiators. 2 sacks in the game, and untold times he pressured Mike Hold in this game tonight. Pittsburgh wins. We'll return right after this.
Confused about the operation of your new personal computer? Does your office computer system seem to be creating more problems than it's presently solving? Have you ever had your computer in for repair, the work piling up, and nowhere to turn? Introducing Rent-A-Byte, the area's first and only computer rental and training center. The professional instructors at Rent-A-Byte conduct weekly computer training classes for all levels and abilities. Rent-A-Byte also rents computers and accessories by the day, week, or month. If you need it for a night, don't buy Rent-A-Byte. Rent-A-Byte, 317 South Main Street, downtown Greensburg.
In the eyes of the world, I'm an American. I take pride in what I've done. I'm proud of who I am. I love the fresh, natural taste that's pure American. When I think about how good we have it here, I say my thanks and toast the glory of America with the one they call American beer.
Learn about it and talk about it.
I need a vacation. Technical update. Like nobody's business. That's a technical. I need a vacation. I'll show you a technical. Just give me those friendly skies.
This summer, you need the airline with low fares to more places. The biggest bargain airline in the land, United.
I got a vacation.
Be cool, boys.
And I'm not Tip it.
I'm flying on vacation in the friendly skies.
In this reconstituted, freeze-dried, pre-mixed world of ours, it's hard to find a breakfast that's totally made from scratch.
Syrup on that?
Well, at Hardee's, our biscuits are made just that way, with no shortcuts like some other guys use. But then that's probably why they taste so good, and why at Hardee's we can truly say we're out to win you over.
Working hard can really take it out of you. So I look for something to put it back. USA Wet is a sports drink that tastes great. No aftertaste, and it gets me moving because it has half the sodium and more potassium than Gatorade.
USA Wet, the hard-working sports drink with half the sodium. Now in 3 delicious flavors.
It's hard-working refreshment.
The Pittsburgh Gladiators knock off Chicago 49-14 here at the Civic Arena. Now 3-0 and the Arena Football leaders. Tonight's coverage of Arena Football on ESPN brought to you by Hardee's. We're out to win you over. By USA Wet, the sports drink with less sodium and more potassium. It's hard-working refreshment. And by Wilson Sporting Goods Company. Where there's a will, there's a Wilson. Pittsburgh quarterback Brendan Fulmar with 5 touchdown passes. MVP Russell Hairston with 3 scores. As Pittsburgh wins will be in Denver next Saturday for the game against Denver at 9 p.m. For Lee Corso, Bob Rathbun saying so long from Pittsburgh. Now live to Indianapolis, Bob Jenkins and Larry Newberg.